Hello, this is Mr. Kent of MrKent.com, and I have been blessed throughout my entire life. So I have nothing that I can think of that I would want to complain about. God's been good to me. And I remember back when I was going to college, I had very little money, and I was living in an apartment down, it was on the waterfront of Bellingham, Washington. There were rats and mice all over the place because that's how it was. I think I paid $35 a month for a ground floor apartment, and there was a stairway just outside my door that went up to the apartment above me. It was a small apartment house, all wooden building. And so one day I rode my little motorcycle to school and back, and one day I got home, and there was a guy that lived above me I hadn't met, and he was just getting ready to go up the stairs. And he walked with those crutches that clamp to your arms, and he had his books and a whole load of stuff. He was trying to get ready to go up the stairs, and I saw him, and I thought, hey, I'll just help him. So I asked him if I could help, and he said sure. And so he he started up the stairs ahead of me, and I had his books, and all he had to do was just waddle up with his crutches. And when he got up there, he opened the door, and I excuse me, I helped him in and introduced myself, and so we kind of became acquainted. I can't say really friends, but we got acquainted. Well, that was nice of me, just a good-hearted guy like I am. So then after that, every time if I was home in my little apartment, if I was home and he saw that I was home, he would knock on my door and ask me if I could help him with his books going up the stairs. And so I said, sure. And this went on. I lived there for a long time. Every time he would come home, he would knock on my door and ask me if I could help him. And pretty soon, it got pretty annoying. And so it was just really a bother. Every time I'd hear him coming home, I'd think, oh, no, And that was my attitude toward somebody who was disabled or handicapped until 1982. In 1982, I was riding my Harley in southeast Washington down near Walla Walla, and riding with another buddy, and a guy turned in front of me and just smashed up my right leg. In fact, the doctors said I'd never walk again without some kind of crutches or something like the guy that lived above me. At that point in my life, of course, when I got out of the hospital after 18 days, I was in a wheelchair for quite a while, and then finally I graduated to crutches. And the nice thing about crutches is you can get around. You can go upstairs and downstairs. You don't have to have somebody push you. It was really freedom. The only problem with crutches is you can't carry a cup of coffee across the room. It's impossible. You've got to use both hands to work the crutches. So that's maybe you get a little picture of what it's like being disabled. So I was disabled, and finally I got to where I could use a cane. And it took 7 years until I didn't have to use anything, and I could just walk like a normal person. Now, if you've ever watched any of my videos and watched me walk, you can see that I'm not totally healed, but at least I can walk, and I'm thankful for that. But there's a guy named Mitchell, and he lives in the Northeast, and he's stuck in a wheelchair. I don't know how long he's been in the wheelchair, but he's stuck in the wheelchair. And so I want to just ask folks to see if they can consider him, because he ordered a drone, and he didn't realize it was a kit. And so it ended up that he is unable to build it. Now, if you're disabled, your whole life is different than everybody else's. So I want you to just take a look here, and let's see if we can help him. Here are some pictures that he put up on his Facebook, and you can go to Facebook and type in Mitchell Sargraves and find him there. And if you looked at the map, he's somewhere near Winston-Salem and Greensboro and in that area. And if you live around that area or know somebody around that area that is good with soldering gun and can put a kit together, then I would strongly suggest you try to get in touch with him, or maybe you know somebody that could do that. But if he's a fellow droner. I've watched his videos on YouTube, and he's put up 2 or 3 videos, and you can definitely see him sitting there in the wheelchair with his controller. So if you have any questions or comments, please put them in the comment department. In the comment area, and I will be happy to try to help. But it's unbelievable how life changes for somebody who is not just able to walk around and get things done. So think about it, maybe pray about it, and see if you can help Mitchell Sargraves, and he will be very grateful, and so will I. So I want to thank you for watching, and God bless.